way. There's no freaking way, dude. Alright, everybody. So, the video you're about ready to watch, I kind of, haven't done this in a while, so bear with me. I'm going to give you guys a little intro to what I was actually doing. So, first off, this is not an instructional video. This is not for you to take on and think that you're going to watch this video and I'm going to show you step by step on how to repair a transfer case in an 01 Chevy shitbox. But I figured, haven't done a video in a while, kind of interesting to me. I've never done one myself. So did a couple little shots here and there on it and got the truck back on the road. There was some little tricks and tips that some people that gave me insight on how to build these things. So I figured I'd just share those little bits with you on there. We ended up going with rigid axle, as you'll see in the video. These guys ended up having parts to me immediately, maybe 4 days into the problem. I ended up having this issue of trying to actually find the transfer case for this truck. It does have the 8.1 big block in it with the Allison behind it. So I learned that it takes a 263 XHD or something like that. So it was kind of a pain in the ass to find one that wasn't going to cost me an arm and a leg, that wasn't rebuilt. And the ones that weren't rebuilt were no guarantee, obviously, and pretty much told me, hey, still going to pay me $500-600 for one, and it might be a piece of crap. So either way, we're going to hop into the video. Let me know what you guys think. Hell, even if you got some insight for people watching this video, and leave it in the comments. Also, we have a little bit of merch left from 2023 on the website. The new stickers. DJ Sonoma rolling through the background of Kansas City with the Western Auto sign. Get those on the website right now as well. But I'm going to drop this phone and get on to the video. I appreciate you guys following and subscribing. It means a lot to us. Remember, stay cold-hearted, and we're going to get our ass to it. Alright, so I know I got kind of a jumbled mess sitting here. Let's get stuff that ain't relevant out of the picture. I tried doing my best to figure out what I'm doing here. I will tell you, it's kind of a good rule of thumb. Anytime you ever do any kind of build, even if you've done it a million times or not, man, organize your stuff. $3 for a bag of, Ziplocs and, label and put them in there, especially if you don't know. If you haven't been familiar with this for a lot of years, like, myself, you want to make sure that you have everything organized and where you want it, or cataloged, I guess, is more or less the theory of this story. I've said it plenty of times in other videos, so just do that. Just take photos before you tear it apart of your breakdown. If you can stick the bolts back in where they went, that's even better. But take photos, write down notes, put them in bags, whatever you gotta do to make sure that when you go to put this thing back together, you don't waste your money, you know what I mean? All right, done with my rant. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep these things to themselves. Like I said, I try to keep everything the way it came apart. Okay, so we know that was what's left of that gasket that was on there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trash that one. Missed the trash can, that's awesome. This is the boot that goes on the front drive shaft to the front differential. Don't throw that away. And I didn't do a really good job explaining that. So what this does, I'll show you here in a second, but it'll go, I believe it goes around, or goes inside the case. And before it was these little ears that rub through the case. And this is supposed to be kind of a protector that goes in. This goes in here. I'll show you better once I apply it. But then those ears sit inside that little piece and it keeps it from rubbing the case. We'll see if it works. I don't know. I'm gonna get some gloves on. And then I'm gonna grab the front part of the case and make sure everything is off or clean or there's no chunks floating around it, all that good stuff, you know, just common sense. So while it doesn't have all the new stuff in it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to scrape off all the gasket that I can on here, just because I know I'm gonna have to go back and put a RTV silicone on there. See, I didn't take this one off, so I don't think I'm gonna replace that seal. I don't want to mess with too much if I don't have to. But I'm gonna scrape. Like I said, I'm just gonna try to get some of this excessive, what do you want to call it? I like the little roll-lock deals, the gasket remover roll-lock parts. What the hell am I trying to say? You know what I'm saying. You can go get them from O'Reilly's or body shop, stuff like that, but they got like little, almost look like a little nylon brush head that roll-locks onto an angle grinder or die grinder. And that kind of makes that a little cleaner. It's kind of what you use to take off like head gaskets and valve cover gaskets and whatnot. Now, I will tell you, good night. This thing was a messy son of a gun. Trying to get it cleaned up and just to get to it to frickin' work on it, man. This thing was messier and shit. But if anybody works on cars, you know, it's kind of part of the game. So it was just more of a you suck kind of day. Really easy to remove. I wish I would have done the video of me removing this, because it actually was pretty simple. You had more time in just removing the cross members and all that good stuff to get to the bolts and whatnot. I think I might have went a little farther than I should have on taking stuff apart to actually get this out. But I have seen, so I watched some videos, obviously, you know, YouTube University, you know, trying to catch a concept of what I was doing before I even started on it. I like doing my research, you know what I mean? So I might have done a little more than I should have, but I just wanted to make sure, with knowing what I was getting myself into, before I said, hey, let me just go and tear apart a truck, you know. But okay, so this was pretty clean. I got a funny suspicion that this had been worked on previously. The truck does have almost 400,000 miles on it, so I guess there's gonna be stuff that happens, okay? Somebody's probably worked on it. I know that's a great way to blow stuff out. Okay. Gasket clean. Now, I will tell you, this is one part that I did kind of go, I don't know what to do. And what I did was I tried prying this out, thinking there was like maybe a C-clip, you know, because a lot of this is held on with just these retainer rings, these snap rings. And I thought there was one. Thought there was one behind there, and they're not. So when I pulled it out, right, I goofed it up. You know, took the bearing completely apart, or seal. Didn't need to, because this whole thing is a seal. And luckily for me, the Rigid Automotive, or Rigid Axle guys, gave me that one back, or gave me one new one. So I believe it's this guy. And see how that, I was trying to pry that out, and no, that wasn't, nope, that didn't work. So yes, I believe that one's gonna go back in there. Need to pop that guy out, and then Pop that one back in. Everything in here looked pretty clean. I didn't take it all the way down. Looks like it's just grease. There wasn't really that many chunks in this dang thing. Like, I really did feel like I found the piece that, you know, decided to give up on me. I know I should probably take this out and give it a good once over and clean it, but I'll be honest, I really just don't have the time. So, my fault if I don't do it the right way and I end up screwing myself. But I am going to take some brake clean. I'm going to turn it over on its side. I'm going to try to blow that out with some brake clean real quick. I did take it down to the car wash and I gave it a good spray down and then did the best I could to clean it up. You know, and I feel like this is going to become more of a popular thing to do with people if you've got the ability to do it. Because I'll be honest with you, my first go-to was to try to buy a new truck. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even care if I had the money for the dang thing. I can't see paying that much money for a truck at all. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. All right, I'm gonna blow this crap out. So I just got myself a little tote with I got myself a little tote that I could do my little parts cleaning in right now. See if I can't blast myself in the face, huh? That's strong. Nothing like good old brake clean bath. Yeah, see right there? Ooh. Man, oh no, this is grease. Woo! I was like, man, I might have to take this thing apart. Might get one more, hold on. All right. I'd usually do this stuff outside, but it is raining its butt off. And I know it'd be kind of late. But Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year's, all that good stuff. Hopefully we got this video out by then. All right, you can see on the side there now, right? Got your planetaries, your gear, all the good stuff. I mean, it don't look that bad, and I'll be honest with you. The way this thing sounded when I was on my way home, good Lord, you would have thought I just grenaded this thing. Now, for the unexperienced, one thing too that I was mentioned by a couple guys was your chain. Usually these things are just shit. If that chain can hold out like that, you're good. So I'm gonna go with it. And then the other thing was, inside the rear case, if you got a lot of slack in your chain, right in here will be a lot of wearing and you'll have a lot of grooves and whatnot. Now see, you can see inside there, this is where that pump sits. And it did just have little clips, you know. And now that new ring is supposed to sit inside the new one right there. Because my hole, yeah, can you guys see? I'm trying to not create a shower, but there you go. That pump will rub a hole right through that dang thing. But yeah, you can kind of see all the, that's where a lot of that goodness was at. Good night. That's good stuff. See, there's a lot of the chunks right there. So, we're gonna go for it. Do what we can. Alright. I'm gonna try to smack that seal out. You know, I know you're not supposed to use like screwdrivers and stuff, but I think I'm gonna use screwdrivers and stuff. Ta-da! Just use aluminum nut driver. Yeah. Yep. So that works. There you go. came out perfect. Ta-da. There's the old one. Old, new. Look about right, huh? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking trying to knock that thing out of there the other way. Alright, so to see, let's make sure that's all nice and clean. I guess I could be smart and get a little bit of cleaner on there, huh? I'm not sure what the hell that was. Huh. It's kind of a weird sound. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's hailing outside. I'd say that's clean. I'll wipe down the seal, just make sure I'm good. Now I'm assuming this seal is just like any other seal. You don't want to teeter-totter smacking it in. So I'm gonna grab my rubber mallet, and then I'm gonna grab like a block of wood. There you go, I got a chunk of 1x there. Still on that side, see the fancy side. That was good. I guess just check it to make sure it's level all the way around, huh? And I'll double check the back, make sure I ain't ripped nothing. Yeah, I think that's kind of floating there pretty good, huh? I don't know if that's normal or not. The other one didn't do that. I don't know. Like I said, this is not a training video. This is just a glimpse into if you want to do it yourself. So, okay. All right. Didn't do nothing on you. Not pull anything off of you. So, I guess start putting you back in there, huh? All right, so I'm gonna start with the smaller gear. Goes down in there, drives that to the deal, yeah. This little guy. So So like this little deal that I'm messing with right here, it's got a little slide in there. So I just set it down and got it back in the groove. And this is actually, this little piece right here moves back and forth, and this is what I believe engages that four-wheel drive. I believe. Don't quote me on that. You're watching it firsthand as well. All right. Got that in there. If I remember right, the little bugger goes just like that. Man, I think they should sell those with that. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna just cut that. Fuck. See this? All right, don't do this. If you're gonna do this kit, just get the whole thing if they're not right. I wonder if that's what that was. Those little bearings in there, huh? I'm learning as I go too. I know it's gonna be crazy, but I'm gonna hold off on doing this mod gear work. Yeah, that's gonna get stuck in there. See, that's why I took pictures, so that way I could see what the hell that actually does, okay? So I don't really remember. It's been about a week since I took this apart. I believe this came with that one, and you can tell, I mean, in my eyes, that shouldn't have any kind of play. And you can hear some grinding. So I'm gonna set this guy to the side, and then we're gonna move on to taking some bearings loose. Burns, man, let me get some of the burns. Okay, there's that one. Like I said, these things are packaged pretty dang nice. Pretty nice. Anyways, I'm just playing with it now. Okay. So one of your specialty tools that'll make your life amazing. Not that one. Hold on. Coming to you. These little guys, snap ring removers. They will piss you off beyond belief, but makes you happy in the end. And see, these things should just slide right off. Just like that. And you know, you want to kind of look around and check for wear. I would assume it. You know, I'm just doing stuff that's just common knowledge when you're rebuilding stuff, you know, motors, transmissions, all that good nonsense. I mean, my common sense would be like, hey, I just took that off. Let me make sure that that's not, you know, got some funny wear to it or groove in it or, you know, whatever. Let's get this popped open. I'll pop it open, bro. Now, this is where I'm gonna really show my unknowing, okay? So I'm pretty much just matching up what I got here, you know what I'm saying? Just to see where I'm at, and I can tell you right now, those don't match. So let's grabbing the wrong one. That's the new one. I'm gonna go with that guy right there. Let me grab the razor knife. Oh, what does that do? Well, that got a new needle bearing. Oh, dang, they got a new snap ring and everything on there, huh? Now that looks like a winner. The only difference is it's got a snap ring on it. It's throwing me off because see on here, it's almost got like a deal in the back, but what's this? What's this snap ring for? You know, and it's not sitting in the center, so is that a inside, outside? What is that? It's a good question. And it's got these things. What's that go to? Time to do some research. That got a damn snap ring on too. What? No. The hell is going on right now? You know what I mean? So this goes in, you know. Right. Okay. This slides through the front. Okay. And it goes there. Right, okay. Remember that now. So they just have this on here. This was do me dirty like that, bud. Let's try that one more time. See what I'm saying? These things will drive you nuts. Good luck, man. Okay, I'll show you. I think I remember this now. So this is the bearing that rides in here, right? Oh, boy, last time. So that's supposed to ride in there on that, right? Then if I remember right, no. Well, that ain't gonna go in there either. I'm sitting here fucking this up. Okay, so we're to the point right now where I've got the bearing on. To be honest with you, what I ended up doing was taking some of my ball joint presses and trying my best to slide it down on there, and I got the seat clip on it now, but smacking it down evenly, tapping it. It didn't go on without a lot of force, so it was just kind of a slow and steady, just tap it in, just tap it in, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got that tapped in, snap ring back on it. Right now, this part needs to go through that part, the output shaft, go in there, but it is fighting me. It did fight me coming out, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I ended up tearing that other seal up. For some reason, you can tell that one's kind of tight too. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put just a tiny bit of grease around it, and get it to go in. I don't know if I should do that. I'm kind of fighting in my brain. Fighting in my brain if I do that. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a nice tight seal, and I'm almost wondering if this little bit of surface rust is what's messing me up right now. So I might take a little bit of steel wool and just see if I can't clean that up a little bit. I don't want to sand it because I know that needs to be sealed. So I'm gonna try that. All right, so this is fine steel wool. Usually use it to clean up bright work, the chrome and stuff on like older cars so it doesn't damage. Don't want to get too aggressive with this just because I don't want to have any issues. I feel like if I start taking material off, I'm gonna have issues. I mean, for the most part, that sits there and rides out there, so let's just see what happens, I suppose. It's like right there. Alright. You know, it might just be one of the deals that just needs a good little pop. There's a trick. No. You know what a monkey does to a football. Well, that's probably good either. Smacking it with it. Just comes right out. It's strange. I don't know. I stuck my hand in the devil's butthole. It looks like it's just that tight, you know? Let's see, maybe tapping. Oh shit, don't do that. Oops. Whoopsie. Oh. Is this what you call a learning curve? Get it done. Just afraid I'm going to ripping that seal, that rubber that's in there, you know. Yeah, it looks like it's alright. Maybe I'm just being a baby about it. You know what I'm saying? It's all, yeah, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab one of these guys. If I get too wild here, try to match. There we go. I'm gonna break it. That'll go around it. Alright, alright. Get this back over here. Let's do that. Because it does have a little bit of flex to it, so I'm wondering if I don't think I'm doing anything. Why don't you supposed to press this in and all that good stuff, and you know, this is not an instructional video, I'll tell you that. Well, I'm getting my booty whooped on that one, huh? I know it was about a son of a gun to get it to press out of there, so. Oh, I think I'm just gonna go for it, man. I think I just need to go for it. About ready to make some bad decisions. Well, that's probably hitting the freaking wood anyways. Try to keep that as straight as I can, I suppose. I think it's actually almost through. See, my problem is I'm getting it. It's tilting inside of there. I think I just did something there, guys. Maybe. It's getting lower. Hey! I'm either ruining it or making it go through. Man, this thing just sounds horrible. Look, that's an old hammer. I'll tell you, I've had this hammer for just a little while, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just gonna keep trying to beat the crap out of it, I guess. Oh, why did it start coming back out? I'll tell you right now, I know that's not all the way in. So the boot goes over that, clamps onto there. See what I'm saying? The boot goes there, clamp goes around that little lip right there. So it's 100% sure that we are not there yet. I was told there was nothing that you had to press in. I mean, I hammered this thing out, but you know, that really don't say a whole lot whenever it's pretty worn out, you know what I mean? Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. I think the whopper. I think the old whopper will get her in there. It is going down lower though. It's not helping whatsoever either. I'll wrestle it. I think I'm officially getting my ass kicked by this. Need one of those fancy twisty turny transmission fucking things so I can hold on to this. Just blip blip blip. Blip blip blip. Zip it being a winner. Where's that? Let me see if I can't stack something up to get up there. That'd be nice. Let's try that. Starting to think with my noggin, I guess. One more. There we go. Build my own stand. Now let's party. We're not partying. I brought the beer, but you don't want to drink it. Come on. God, I can't wait to hear the comments on this crap. You're not supposed to do that. So I can hear it. I can hear it right now. What are you doing, dumb shit? I don't know. I will let you know as soon as I'm done. Cause I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't think that's working. What do you guys think? Good night. Alright, so yes, that ended up kicking my butt. Literally just kept going with it. I took one of these old ball joint cover deals. And you kind of see it's kind of a smack them off, just protect the threads on them, but that fit over that pretty dang good. And just kept tapping down, and finally just let in. So now I'm gonna get in here and put this retainer clip. So let me try to get that. I don't know if you guys can see, like right there, there's like a little valley. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a little valley down in there that retainer clip slides into. So just pay attention to that when you're hammering that thing down. Once you get to there, you're down below it, you know you're in. So as long as you get that clip on there, I'm assuming that it'll probably pull itself in and come together in the end of it. So just go for that, I guess. All right, so I kind of jumped ahead there. I was able to take a pair of channel locks. I know it's not the proper tool. Squeeze it together, and then just kind of push down with my fingers, and then took the old spiker and just shoved it down in there. Click, pow. Now we're in. She spins nice and good. We're all good to go. I'm gonna get some of this crap out of here that I got in there with the old hammer, and then we will move on to setting the forks, the gears, and then we'll start putting together the new shaft. Let's get it. All right, moving on. We're putting on one of the sprockets that goes to the shaft. This is what the chain rides on. I did take a photo of it before I took it out and noticed the number was facing out. Don't know if that's irrelevant, but I like to put stuff back as best as I can the way it came out. Then this had a snap ring. As long as I don't fling it off. There you go. That's on there. I believe that is all that requires. You guys get a good look at that one there. Pink snap ring. Put the shaft in first. Snap ring, sprocket. I think we're to a good point where I can take this and set it to the side, and then I'm going to start getting the output shaft put together. All right, so we got the pump, we got the adapter case, And with this shaft, I did notice that there was some pretty good wear marks going on. And with this kit, you get a new shaft anyway. So this is scrap metal now. Maybe a cool shifter. There's the new shaft, all in its all new glory. And then I've got photos that I took of which way all this stuff went on. So I'm gonna get this out. And when I did it too, I don't know if you guys can see, but I kind of went through and I stacked them kind of the way they came off. So go that way, see how that works. Okay, so I'm kind of just dry fitting this stuff up, and this is why it's very important to take photos. So that way you know whenever you got a lip on something, stuff like that, you know exactly where it goes, which way the pump was flipped over, because everything's gonna have to go back the exact same way. So this new pump, we're gonna just do like we just did. Slide it down, make sure it's all the way down. We know from the photo that the lip drops down inside of that lip, just like that. And then even in the photo, I can tell that this little ridge or indentation, notch, whatever you want to call it, goes up. So I'm gonna try to just keep it exactly the same. I'm gonna try to find a smaller one of these guys real quick. See if I can't get away with it. I'm doing some slickery decorative stuff there. I'm almost there. Okay, well I don't have anything that'll go down and not mess that up. So, you know, maybe use the old one. Yeah, maybe. Use the old one to tap it down. Biggest trick with this, guys, all I can tell you is just be patient, because you start trying to move ahead too quick, you're gonna instantly regret it. Do your best to not get too excited and use your head. Alright, with a lot of ingenuity and a lot of jerry rigging, I was able to stack enough of these together. That's about as much as play as I got in it. I can't really tell if I can get it to go down any lower than that. I'm trying to check I'm well down below to get that snap ring in, but I just feel like this should not have any play in it for some reason. But I could be wrong. I feel like it. You know what? I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna put the big one on there. We're gonna throw this guy on there. Throw that guy on there. Throw these guys on there. Shaking the camera. See, I don't think there's much more I can get out of that one, you know? I'm gonna run with it. So, at your own discretion, what you feel is appropriate there. I'll be honest with you, I never checked that whenever I took it apart, so I can't tell you if that's right or not. But that's on there. That's still quite a bit of play, so, but I don't know. Go with it, see what it does. Worst comes to worst, take it back apart. I don't know. Now that we got that bearing on, sprocket, pump, need to put C-clip on there. I'm gonna get the old snap ring pliers out here. Open it up. Boom. All right, that is on. All right, let me get this stuff cleaned up and then we'll start assembling a final part there. All right, guys, so as I'm making this video, somehow, some way, the part that's better to come up disappeared. I have no idea. But it's more for entertainment purposes anyways, not an instructional video. I'll throw up a picture of what it all looked like when I got everything back in the case. Maybe that kind of give you an idea of where I was at. Everything went back together pretty smooth except for one part that I'm going to talk about later on. I think I might have missed some of that too. But when I went to go put the case front or rear piece back on, it ended up, the case itself was not machined out enough. So I had to take a die grinder, kind of file out where the output shaft bearing went into the rear case. So that way I could get the retainer clip that's on the front of the nose of that piece to get it to actually fully lock in the output shaft. Other than that, everything else went together pretty smooth. Pretty much just going to jump ahead to us trying to get the case back in, doing a test drive. Sorry about that, guys, but if you got any questions, maybe I can answer them on here. Leave a comment, all right? All right, well, after we just got our ass kicked by the bearing right inside of there, it's kind of hard to see. I think I finally got it. I actually ended up having to shave a little bit out in the transfer case on this new piece. Man, all you gotta do is when you go to put them in, just take your old bearing, slide it down in there, and make sure that that lip or that snap ring's gonna go. Just make sure it's fitting there, because I ended up having to take this thing completely apart, pull it back apart. After fighting with it for about a day, I thought I had got the wrong pliers, but no. As you can tell, I kind of modified those with some metal and electrical tape. Got them in there. I think it's on there. It's about 15 degrees out here. I can't get that to fall down, so before, if you stuck a screwdriver and barely touched it, it'd bloop, just fall right out. Had the neighbor come over, he looked at it, and he was actually the one that finally figured out that that was the issue. I never would even have looked at it. I was pretty close to throwing in the towel, but I'm glad he caught that. And now we're back on track, letting this all sit up with all the new silicone. And then hopefully dries. Like I said, it is, what is it in here right now? Oh, ain't doing too bad. It's about 40 degrees. Hopefully that silicone sits up overnight. I got work and everybody else ripping at me right now, telling me to get your ass to work, which I don't blame them. It's been almost 3 weeks of no work, and we're almost there. So hopefully that was the last time I had to take that apart. Fingers crossed, no leaks. And next step's gonna be getting this thing in the truck. I'm gonna wait till daylight. Obviously, I gotta let that silicone sit up overnight, if not a little bit longer, and go from there, guys. All right, so we're underneath here. Got the ATV on there, got everything cleaned. Almost guaranteed shot that I'm not gonna get that shaft in there first time, make a mess of everything. But it's gotta go in. Let's pick this heavy motherfucker up. See if I can't drop it on my face. Of course, gonna start calling you as soon as you start doing something. Yeah, Josh, if you could scoot in on the other side.
Yeah.
Might have to take 2 people. Throw this damn thing in here.
Block the lights, so.
That's alright.
Let me get turned over. I'm sorry.
The tail shaft go up. It'll go over this slider.
Shit, really? Yeah, that's easy. I went right in.
Alright, let's get some.
Hi, Frog and Tommy. And all the other guys watching.
Well, that was the hard part, I think. I mean, I shouldn't say it too loud.
All smooth sailing now.
Just hand tighten. Hand tighten your bolts, don't over crank them until you gotta wait an hour for that silicone to set up. I'm just trying to get the weight off the bottom. What are you doing? Nothing, I'm sitting on the fucking beach. Well, I think it's
this one way over here.
Well, I don't have any plans.
Yeah, it's famous.
Alright, that's all we need.
But this one here, the 10, I can't get to.
Okay. So we'll let that sit for an hour and then come back and torque them down and then start putting the rest of the drive line together. Well, that one is pretty smooth, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got the front drive shaft in. We're going to start working on putting in the rear two-piece drive shaft, carrier bearing, all that good stuff. It's all pretty much simple stuff that you've already taken this thing apart. If you watched the video, you're already at this point. It all just goes back in the same exact way it came. Like I said, take those photos. Make sure you know where everything goes back together, because like this thing sat for 2 weeks waiting on parts. So yeah, just put it back the way it came apart, you know? And if you got a few extra bolts, whatever, that's fine. I haven't had that yet. I got a couple pieces that, you know, did not make it into the mix, but that's okay. These parts, told not to use the gasket because it rips, it always leaks. I did not get into the planetary gears, so that guy did not go back in. These are my old bearings. I don't know why, but I'm gonna hold on to those guys. I feel like they're just, I don't know, they might be kind of cool to do something with. Held on to the shaft too. Shouldn't say that on here. But this was already installed. The case was already, had that guy in there. And these would not fit in my forks. So did not put those in. I'm not really sure why. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna tell me like that was supposed to go in there, but it wouldn't go in there. And then these guys I didn't get into. I did not replace those. And these guys came on the bushings, or the bearings. I'm not really sure what those went to. But I did have a guy that does this for a living and said, no bueno, don't need those. I don't know. So, I'm gonna get the drive shafts in. We're gonna go get all this pumped up full of fluid, try to make sure it's gonna drive. Me and Mama gonna hop in the old Barfly and see if it can't break down in the middle of the night. As you can see, it's dark outside. That's okay though. See what happens. You gotta make sure this stuff works before you go put it to work, right? Right. So let's get driving, guys. Alright, so we didn't get to go cruising last night. Apparently we had dropped out a little more than just a couple quarts on the transmission fluid. But Josh ran me up earlier today, this morning, to go get more tranny fluid. Got in there, it's cold, so I'm gonna let it run. And then I just topped off the oil. You can tell we got some little squeakies going on. And I got a weird noise that I don't think I had before. That was kind of a noise, you know, so hopefully that's just been sitting for a while or whatever. But we're gonna get old Barfly a test run. I'm gonna let it warm up and then we're gonna hit the road, drop by Josh's place, double check the fluid, and then see where we're at there. All right, well, truck's warmed up, about out of gas. Let's see if we can't hear any clunky clunks or whatever, I don't know. Better to find out if I did a good job or not. Got the old normal Chevy squeak going on up front, I think, you know. That's okay, that's okay. I've been doing that for a long time. Oh, we got something going on. I don't know, I heard a little bit of a clunk, clunk, clunk when I took off out of the driveway. Hopefully it was just that pump trying to get primed up. I don't know, we're gonna find out. I mean, it went away. That's good, right? That's good. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, a 9-day difference compared to what it was doing, man. The night that this thing went out, it sounded like I had a bunch of marbles in the dang transfer case. So I was just worried that there was more attached to the issue. But when I saw the hole in the transfer case, I said, well, you know, that's a pretty good tell sign that that's broke, you know. And then when I took the case apart, well, it just went into neutral there for a second. Huh. We might not have this fixed. Be my luck to not have this fixed right now, I tell you that, you know. Yeah. Service engine soon. That's good. That's real good. Man, I tell you what. That might not have been good. Huh. Well, we'll go from there, guys. Well, we're back at the house. I'm not hearing anything, doing anything weird, but my service engine soon light is on right now. So I don't have my scanner, and I'm kind of nervous to just drive this thing back and forth up and down the highway, but you know, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I mean, my tranny is finally getting up to temp, so maybe I should check that and make sure I don't have no weird flakes or anything like that in there. And then I probably should check my transfer case, because I'm assuming that pump probably needs some kind of fluid to be built up in it as well. So whatever I did put in it yesterday would probably get sucked up in a pump. But hey, I've tried. I guess I'll just climb underneath this thing and see if I can't pump it back up, or just keep driving back and forth in the driveway, and you know, not really achieving nothing. I think I'm gonna pull it in the garage. Just pull it in the garage. See what kind of stuff I just did, because that was a pretty big neutral drop. And now the service engine soon light is on, and that's never a, you know, welcoming sign. Sorry for the talking, my nose is stuffed up like crazy. I feel a little sick today, last couple of days actually. Chevy man. Oh well, that's how things go. All we can do is try. So we got the truck back. It is running a lot better. I'm not jinxing myself just yet, but the truck is back at the house. I ended up going back and getting another 3 quarts of transmission fluid. And whenever I was pushing this thing in, I saw maybe like a quart come out on the ground. That's what I thought. So I bought 3 quarts and that took it, and then didn't show nothing. And then I put another 3 quarts in it and it barely was showing. So that's whenever we went up to the gas station, drove around, got the tranny hot a little bit, and I guess it ended up needing another 2.5 quarts. So the only thing I could put in my head is that when I did the radiator on this thing, that I was still missing maybe some quarts or 2 on the transmission side for the coolers. I don't know. Either way, the truck's back. It's running a lot better. And right now I'm going to tidy up a few other things and get it back on the road, get back to work. And then you guys will be seeing me get a lot more not so simple stuff going. We're going to get Todd's bed finished up, get that back to him, and then just keep moving forward. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of us on the channel again. And thank you again for everybody that keeps watching. Remember to keep following us. And if you guys ever want any of the merch that we still have, I believe we have some t-shirts and hats, and I know we got an ass load of stickers of DJ's truck on the website right now, so pick that up. Help support the channel, help support us while we're doing all this stuff. Again, really appreciate it. And it's good to be back in the garage, guys. Stay cold hearted. We'll see you on the next one.